Alright, so this is my first, I want to say, vlog in a way, YouTube video. I just want to get them pumping out, try to get a little following. I got some big plans in the upcoming future, probably in the next year or so, and I want to start uploading, maybe not daily, but frequently, just to get, like I said, a bigger following and just people knowing me. That way, when I start uploading said things, I already have, I feel like I'm rambling already, but moral of the story is, there's gonna be a series. I don't know what I'm gonna call it yet. I was thinking coffee run, but I don't always want to go get coffee when I start this. I feel like that might be just a waste of money because I could record multiple videos in a day, or I might call it out and about or something. I don't know. Or I'll just call it riding passenger. I don't know. I'll think of it. But pretty much, if I can just give just talk, maybe I have something to say, maybe I don't. Who knows? That's usually how it goes for me. But I want to start off today by talking about, I guess we can start by talking about a recent experience I had. So, you know what? I'm not even going to call him anything. I'm just going to call him about the story that I'm going to talk about. Yeah, that's perfect. This one's called Community Lighter, right? Community Lighter. Lighter like, like something along the lines of, let me see if I have it right here. Ooh, you're coming in fast. Something along the lines of, like that, but smaller, like a big lighter. Oh, that was hot. But, pretty much, so, recently, last weekend, my wife and her cousin and we went on a little trip to Spokane, Washington, which is about like a 2-hour drive from where I live, which is Tri-Cities, Washington. And pretty much we went to just a little weekend trip, pack a little bag, go out to eat, have fun, just relax. Something out of the ordinary from day-to-day life. And when we got there, the place we stayed at was really nice. I'll see if I can get like some videos or pictures and put them up, and if I don't, I'm sorry, but that's just how it goes. But it was really nice. It had a really nice like aesthetic to it. It was cozy. There was warm lighting, and it was like old. It was an old apartment, but like old style, like brick, and like certain colors. Like it was really nice, really really nice. And pretty much, they had candles and stuff. And now we didn't bring any lighters. I didn't take the truck, so I didn't take a lighter. They didn't bring any lighters, so we went out. We went out to get pumpkins, and then we went out to get gas, and then we went out to eat. And through all that, we didn't get a lighter. Now we got back home, or back to the Airbnb, and we realized that we didn't have a lighter. And it was all like, we were bummed out. It was like, all right, whatever. And then we went outside, and once we got outside, I forgot to mention this. Outside, there's a little door that leads to the exterior part. And in this exterior part, there's like a little, I want to say, it's not a balcony. It's like I want to say like a community little balcony, because there's like several, like 4 or 5 different apartments all set up there that share this little, like, it's like a rooftop. I don't know, like a rooftop lounge area, I guess you can call it. But they all share it. It was dark out, and it was a vibe. There's like a little club down the street, and you could hear the music, and there's people walking out of the club, late girls just being drunk or whatever. It was a vibe. And then, we were just out there, and then boom, my wife's cousin kicks a lighter on accident. And I was like, oh, what the, and like, where was it at? And it was strategically placed, and I stand by it that someone left it there on purpose for when people need it, and then we used it, whatever, and we put it back, and they were like, nah, like someone might have dropped it. But I stand by my belief that someone left it there on purpose for someone else to use. It might have been someone that lived in those apartments, like actually, and wasn't just renting. It might have been the owner of the Airbnb. Who knows? I believe it might have been the owner of well, not the owner, the person that rents the apartment next to the Airbnb, and they just left it there to, you know, I want to say like community service, a community lighter. That's why I say that. And I don't know, that kind of stuck with me differently. That was like a little life lesson, I guess you can say, for me personally, because I want to be like that person in many aspects of life. You know, like if I can leave something for someone or do something for someone that can, you know, benefit them or help them out or whatever, you know, if it can help them in any sort of way, I want to do it. Because, you know, it might be something as inconvenient as, oh, we didn't bring a lighter, you know, or it might be something more serious, like, hey, like, I don't know, like, maybe don't close the door on a person, you know, hold the door open for someone. Or if you see something out of place at a grocery store and you know where it goes, just grab it and put it back, even if it's far, like whatever, you know, it doesn't matter. Simple little things like that can go a long way. You can really make someone's day, you know, and it sticks to them, you know. It might stick to them like it stuck to me, because that really did stick to me in a different kind of way. I saw it as that person who left it there, you know, is really kind-hearted. That's a really kind person to think about, okay, someone else might need this lighter, so I'm just going to leave it there. So now I kind of put it up on myself that, my phone just fell. I put it up on myself that I'm going to buy like a pack of lighters whenever I go out, or whenever I'm out, and then just leave a lighter in places like that. You know, if I go out to like an Airbnb or whatever, like it's kind of the same vibe, I might leave a lighter there. Or if I'm out, like, you know, whatever it may be, you know, I might leave a lighter or stuff like that. Like, just, I don't know if I want to do all that, but, you know, like, it stuck with me in that kind of way. And I feel like if you apply that to your life, you know, not only will it, obviously, you know, it'll make you a better person, because you're thinking of others. You know, I'm not saying I'm a good person or anything, but I'm just saying, you know, I feel like that's the tendencies of a good person, leaving something for someone else, etc. But I feel like for the most part, we kind of take certain things, little things like that, we might take them for granted, because, you know, I could have just been like, oh, cool, and just kept the lighter. You know, that's that. But no, I put it back. I put the lighter back. You know, I said, you know what? This wasn't just for me. This is for everyone else to use. The lighter, someone else might take it. That's fine, you know? Like, what was that? What's that one thing where, oh, like, I work construction, you know? And a lot of houses that we've worked on, you know, I work with my dad and my uncle. And a lot of the houses that we worked on, there's usually, the people leave tools, people leave, you know, speakers, people leave whatever. You know, and we go and it might be really early when we finish up or late or whatever, and then no one's there. You know, there's no one there, no one would notice. No neighbors would notice if we walk out with a speaker or a tool. They won't know it's us because no one got there while we were there. They weren't there while we were there, like whoever left it there. So it's like we could, you know, you could. And there's been times where, you know, I've seen, like, I'm a really big fan of, I don't know if you can see that, I'm a really big fan of Milwaukee. Like, I love their tools. I think they sell some of the best tools on the market. They sell the best tools on the market, let me rephrase that. But, you know, I've seen some really nice drills. I've seen some really nice, what are they called? The impact wrenches, I think they're called. The ones that the electricians use. They're like little impact wrenches that I could use on my cars. I work on my car and my truck, so I could use that. It could be useful to me, but I don't have it in me. I don't have it in me to take stuff that's not mine, you know. And, you know, I'm pretty sure people do. And my dad's always like, he's always said, like, if we don't take it, someone else might, you know. He doesn't take it, but I'm just saying, he says that. He'll say jokingly, like, let's take it. Kind of like to, I don't know if, like, if, I don't know how you say it in English. I don't even know how you say it in Spanish. But kind of like pushing me to, like, oh yeah, let's take it. And then, like, I feel like mob mentality. If 2 or 3 people would be like, yeah, let's take it. If we all say, like, yeah, let's take it, we'll take it, you know. But I'm always like, no, it's not right. Let's not do it, you know. And we don't. But, you know, it's something that I've seen. It's little things like that you might think go unnoticed, that you might think that it doesn't really matter, you know, because they'll never know it's me that took it, or they'll never know it's me that, you know, took their lighter, or whatever, right? Or even vice versa. They'll never know I left a lighter. They'll never know that I was the one that fixed the thing. It doesn't matter. It's integrity, you know. I could call the video integrity, but I'm still going to call it community lighter because I think it's kind of funny. But it's integrity. At the end of the day, that's what it is. And I feel like that goes a long way in life and in all kinds of aspects, because people see that. You know, people see that. I've heard, like, one of the things, I don't know if this would kind of fall in the same category, but one of the things that I've heard from, I forgot who said it. I don't know who it was. I saw it on a YouTube short. But they said that they'll never do business with a man who cheats on his wife. Because it's like, if he does that to the woman that he married, to the woman that's supposed to be his lifelong partner, that he trusts and he loves, why wouldn't he backstab you? You know? So it's like, I see it as that. I see it as, if I'm able to take something as simple as a lighter that's not mine, why wouldn't I take something bigger? Like, obviously, I'm not gonna go. I could have stole the lighter. You know, I could have took the lighter and just called it a day. I wouldn't have thought twice about it. You know, I wouldn't have got the tendency like, oh, I stole. I might as well go take the car. You know, take that car or whatever. Take that guy's bike. No, I don't. That's not what I'm getting at. But it's just integrity. It's little and small things that go a long way for you, and that really, how do you say this? Like, they really have a big impact on you, because it's those little actions that you take day by day that add up, you know, overall in any aspect. You know, it can be work wise, you know, business wise. I've noticed it in our business, you know, like, it's the little things. You start doing one thing different, and you start doing it every day, and then you start realizing, like, oh my god, like, that's like completely different than I was last year or whatever. You know, like, I'm working completely different than I was a month ago because I started doing this little thing. I've noticed it with myself, at least. But you know what I mean? Like, and you apply that into your life. If every day you start, you know, going, let's say you start going on a 30-minute walk, you know, just 30-minute walk around the neighborhood, whatever, go to the park, whatever. You're not going to notice anything, you know, a weekend. You're not going to be like, oh, I dropped like 5 pounds or anything. No. But, and you can give up. You can stop. You know, no one's going to stop you. Only you can stop yourself. But in a month, in 2 months, you're going to start noticing that 30-minute walk. You know, maybe you start jogging. You know, you're going to start noticing that. You're going to start noticing the results. You know, and it's not right away. And it's the same thing in every aspect of life. Like I said, it's the same thing with, you know, something as simple as a lighter. You know, it's those little things that add up. And leaving a lighter, or not taking the lighter, you know, I feel like that's a bigger message that I got personally. You know, that spoke to me. And I don't know. I might just be rambling, I might just be crazy, I might just be seeing things or wanting to see things where they're not, but take that as you will. Thank you for watching.